Time to go. Yeah.
So Hertha's even roped our honorary knight into helping with this little venture. Now that I'm finally free to relax, it's time to start doing just that. Can't wait to see your skills in action. Give me something that goes well with casual conversation, but still packs a punch. Of course they don't clash. A drink that packs a punch means you have to drink it slowly. And if you want to chat, then it has to go down smooth. So, something with a sweet aftertaste. A conversational connoisseur requires the perfect balance. The most suitable choice on this menu would be the Thorny Lake. It's a drink with a real kick that you can find in almost every bar. It's not enough to know the recipe, though. The key is in the mixing. Some bartenders choose to stick to the tried and tested basics, while others like to add their own personal flair. That's the spirit. Now, show.
Grandmaster, I hereby present you with this Thorny Lake for your enjoyment and assessment.
Well, the color and aroma are certainly on point. But as for the balance of flavors... Not bad. You haven't overdone or skimped on any single ingredient. Though, unfortunately, it's a little too, polite for my tastes. Perhaps I should have said modest. You followed the formula to a T, but if anything, you've played it. Were you worried that deviating just a little might disappoint me? Hey, we fought side by side and dealt with things that even gods were loath to meddle with. Ours is a friendship forged in the margins between life and death. That said, if you ask me, you can ditch the nerves and work your mixologist magic. I'm looking for something that shocks the senses. Mull it over, there's no rush. We can chat while you think. I like speaking of this garden. It brings back memories of something that happened many years ago when I was young. I like to find ruined guards to test my fighting skills, both armed and unarmed. Once, I failed to take down a stray missile, and it ended up destroying a watchtower on the city walls. As punishment, I had to run 50 laps around the city, repair the watchtower, and help rebuild the shattered walls in this garden. Indeed, among the misadventures of my youth, this is one of the most memorable ones. Mostly because that day, Crepus saw me covered in dirt. He took 2 bottles of 100-year-old wine and sent D-Luke, who looked even younger than Mika does today, to work out a clever way to get rid of Faru, who was guarding me. It was so hot that day, I could swear I was about to pass out. On a whim, I picked some mint leaves, put them in one of the wine bottles. After Krepis tried it too, he was full of praise. He even wrote up an official recipe for my spontaneous. His customers loved it. Several summers passed, and Krepis kept writing letters about giving me a share of the profits, as though I could possibly accept. Yes, Faru retired years ago, but he still gives me a stern stare. He's a stubborn one. Diluc, who replaced him, and then Kaya, who took over later, both performed impeccably. Changing times will always belong to the youth. He should have admitted defeat long ago. When I get the chance, I'll have Kaya show him the amazing progress the Cavalry Company has made. Well, let me think. I guess you could say it lacks impact. Even when following the same recipe, the tech sometimes deliberately creating layers between spirits can bring out the different waves. In this regard, too, you've taken quite a tentative approach. Why not be a little bolder? Ha ha ha. You. Pretty awesome, huh? It's like a hammerhead that you can fill with wine when you're not using it to pound in nails. It was a gift. Hoffman came up with the idea, Charles supplied the design, Wagner helped cast it. And about 10 or so knights chipped in to pay for the materials. They've been waiting to have a good drink with me. And this is my crucial weapon to aid me in a fair duel with them all. I'm the Grand Master, after all. I've been drinking a lot longer than them. I've practiced more assiduously, and I have a bit more meat to absorb the blows. So it's only fair to my subordinates that I drink a teensy bit more per round. Wouldn't you agree? Of course, some of them have been training as long as I have, and those ones won't be getting any special treatment. Take Hazelnut 3 and Hazelnut 5, for example. Both were skilled warriors who helped me deal with Eric back in the day. But nowadays, I have them helping Jean with miscellaneous duties. At today's after-work cooldown, they insisted on trying to keep pace. In the end, they lost our game of darts and ended up passed out on the floor. I've already told Jean that I won't be approving their leave request for tomorrow, no matter what. It's a treasured place that the Knights of Favonius have maintained for years. So it makes sense that it's become the go-to location for organizing such things. I heard that while the expedition was underway, you were a great help in giving those left behind the opportunity to put their... Sometimes, I look through the photos I've been given from those events. Though unfortunately, there aren't enough to include everybody. My conclusion is that Mondstadt needs to do more to popularize the camera. If I were in charge of organizing events, well, I suppose everyone would revolve around fine wine, or at the very least, there would be some sort of tasting involved. For example, we could go all in on this drink stand and open it to the whole city, with every company of the Knights selecting one or more mixologists to compete against each other. It's only a thought. If I were to actually throw a grand banquet, Jean would come after me with her sword drawn. Even Frederica would launch a punitive expedition. While in Nodcry, we had a rule that knights must never get drunk while at their posts. Otherwise, it could lead to dereliction of duty with serious consequences. Exactly. As expedition members return to their companies, my hope is that this rule will gradually spread to everyone in Mondstadt too, just like firewater and Smedina. These non-cry delicacies have made their way into young people need to learn restraint. At the end of the day, no one should be biting off more than they can chew. Unless it's someone near my level, they shouldn't even be thinking about enjoying a light buzz when they've still got... You should come practice with me on weekends. Trust me. Huh? Whatever you're about to do, I've got a feeling.
Here you go, Grandmaster. A cocktail just for you. I guarantee you won't find this one too polite.
Such a spirited drink. How did you make this? Well, that burning scent of firewater. Oh, it's as if the very air were about to ignite. This... Perfection. It's clear that once you let go of your inhibitions, your talents really shine through. That first hint of mint is like a cooling feint that masks the firewater underneath. By the time the sweetness dissipates, the firewater is already slipped in behind your guard, ready to deliver a powerful strike of intense flavor. Oh, it's exactly the impact I was hoping for. That's the most ingenious part. Firewater's greatest flaw is a lack of aftertaste, but the Smedina perfectly maintains. It's hard to imagine something this good was created by a mixologist who doesn't even drink firewater. I think it has the potential to become a firm favorite in Mondstadt and Nodcry. Iron Wolf. Oh, perfect. It's elegant, yet wild. Only you could come up. Oh, I have an idea. Why don't we name our Knights of Favonius' drink stand after you? Let's call it the Honorary Knights Cocktail Shack. No time to waste. I'll go have a word with Glenfiddich right...
Traveler! All wrapped up for the day? Paimon hears you did a great job holding down the fort while she was out delivering drinks with Glenfiddich.
Whatever the reason, the Honorary Knight is clearly one of the most talented mixologists. Considering how short a time he's been doing this, I believe that someday he has the potential to give the legendary bartender at the Cat's Tail a run for...
I fully support your decision, Grandmaster. The Honorary Knight has really put in the hard yards. The drink stand will remain open for a little while longer to provide a proper welcome to our returning expedition members. Then, once we locate suitable premises, we also plan to look at operating a
Hooray! Everyone in the Knights of Favonius will get to drink all the delicious cocktails.
Nothing short of what I'd expect from a true disciple of Hertha. You've really considered this thoroughly.
Also, if I may, Honorary Knight, regarding the special cocktails you've developed, would you mind leaving the recipes with us? We'd like to add them to the official menu.
Paimon feels like there's something you still want to say. Based on your personality, you probably want to introduce the origin of each different cocktail. That way, customers will know who inspired you to create these amazing drinks.
No problem at all. If you need, I can even have someone draft the paperwork on your behalf to secure.
I hope when we recruit some new bartenders, they'll be, even if they can't quite match your work. If they could be 2/3 as good, that would still make them into.
Yes, just like that. This will be more than enough to assassinate Varka. I'm going to assassinate Varka. I need ideas for assassinating the Grand Master. I went over this with Alice a long while ago. She stands with me, and has even offered several of all her suggestions. This one seemed the most promising. Bring a full cart of Mondstadt's newest dandelion wine all the way here, and then, before Varka's very eyes, tip the entire cart over the cliff. Perhaps the monumental, overwhelming grief will make him collapse, or go drown himself in whatever other wine he can find.
That doesn't sound like it'll work. Wait, no! Don't even think about doing.
When writing a novel, the author, naturally, seeks to be as extravagant as possible, especially when writing detective novels. If the opening lacks a striking turn, how is the rest of the plot meant to? Alas, this will be my final attempt at writing detective novels. Oh, I suppose they call them crime novels in Inazuma. In any case, they all tell of crime. There's hardly a meaningful distinction. I also discussed it with Barbie, but our novel writing sessions always evolve into crime planning sessions. Methods of crime and puzzles of deduction. We have explored plenty of those, yet the plot would not advance. The Angel Killer case. Try as they might, the culprit remained elusive. The desperate detective rushed into the crowd, then shouted the revered names of the 4 great rulers at the sky. Whoosh! Pitter-patter. Boom! Detective and murderer reduced to ash.
What kind of writing is that? Doesn't that leave no room for deduction at all?
Of course there is. It was only through painstaking deduction that the detective finally discovered the names of the 4 great rulers, learning also that shouting them at the sky would inevitably reduce one to ash. My point exactly. Simply deducing who the culprit is has become dreadfully unoriginal. The subject of one's deductions must be something more creative. I even thought of having a Seelie detective, an angel who, longing to become a detective, became a Seelie, and by some twist of fate, ended up as a detective's assistant. All Seelies love to guide people, so this one went about leading the detective from case to case. I found the idea rather interesting. Come to think of it, the Seelie detective and the angel killer case seem far more interesting than assassinating the Grand Master. Never mind, guess I'll move on to work on that idea then. It's precisely because I overthink every little detail that I've lost interest in continuing. Not to mention the mountain of words I'll have to write. The very thought of penning all those words. Oh, what a hassle. And I can't even get a ghostwriter for this one. I'll just work on the angel killer case instead. But how might the detective deduce the truth? Perhaps he could have a conveniently informative dream.
Oh, that's weird. Looks like Wamin Restaurant hasn't fired up their kitchen yet. Why does it smell so much like boiled fish around here? Oh, Paimon's fine. Seriously though, this smells pretty weird. But Paimon can't quite see what's up.
Wow! Color me surprised. Perfume that smells like boiled fish? Xiangling, come give it a sniff. That's totally the scent, right?
Wow, it really is. Even the chili aroma is spot on. How did you...
Some unconventional spice combinations, specialized techniques for refining them, and most importantly, the assistance of a professional
Well, tons of people come to eat our boiled fish every day, so I'd recognize that smell anyway. No way I'd mistake it for anything. Even if for perfume bottles, the last place I'd expect to smell it. Traveler? Perfect timing. Come, smell. Emily here just made us a perfume that smells like boiled fish. Isn't that just so cool? Paimon's getting...
See? Always trust Director Who. This perfume really sparks your appetite, doesn't it? I've got an idea, Xiangling. Spray perfume of this type on your menus. One variety for each dish. That way, even if customers haven't tried a dish before, they could just smell the menu and know roughly what it'll taste like.
You're right! This way we can stop guests from wasting food in Mora ordering something they'd end up not wanting to...
Exactly! We could even make a whole Leeway flavor atlas. A big chunky book you can flip through to sample the aroma of every single dish.
That sounds like stuffing a whole bunch of dishes into the same cabinet. The flavors would definitely get all mixed up. Paimon thinks it sounds really fun, you know? Just open it up and you can smell all that yummy food. But wait, won't that just make us...
Food fragrance design is a fascinating field worth exploring. Besides, creations made on a whim are meant for our pleasure. We need an answer to anyone on their account. Use them anywhere you like, whenever. Besides, it seems like this perfume is already taking effect.
That wasn't Paimon's tummy growling. It was his. Yep, you! If you're gonna spray something on Paimon's head, at least make it something nice like almond tofu. Paimon won't be able to sleep if it's too spicy. Huh? Why does Paimon smell boiled fish again? Oh, see Paimon, Traveler, Miss Emily!
My goodness, never mind all that. All this brain work has left my tummy growling too. Oh, right! Xiangling, could you make me another serving of almond tofu? Zhongli's queuing for some pastries on my behalf, so I'd like to bring some food back for him too. Also, lend me the perfume. Let's see what our dear consultant thinks when he tastes some almond tofu, spritzed with boiled fish scented perfume.
With the marrow of the Greeks in my hand, behold the false gods fall!
Illusion shattered! Zuma shines eternal!
Cannot face
Can I
it!
the truth? Seek within!
Did you honestly think that would hit me?
There is no escape! Remain.
Pathetic!
Illusion shattered! There is no escape! Illusion shattered! Torn to oblivion!
Doris, protect us.
There is no escape!
Leave this place.
Shine down!
Reverse!
Illusion shattered! Shine down! Now you shall perish!
Don't trust your eyes uncritically. People only see what they want to. So don't be your own fool.
May I present?
With the marrow of the three moons in my hand, behold the false moons fall!
Oh, brilliant! How about some rest? A moonlit night for all.
It all falls into place.
Time to shine! Shower me with praise!
And here I thought you'd dodge that.
Can't hide the truth. It all falls into place. It all adds up. It all falls into place.
A moonlit night for all. May I present?
No more
How
lies.
dare you! Let the world collide!
Be shut! Great, cold resolve.
The show begins!
Pathetic.
Falls into place. No more lies. It all falls into place. It all adds up. Let's see what you're made of. No more lies.
Annihilating echo and song!
Let's see what you're made of. It all adds up.
Regrets. With the marrow of the three moons in my hand, behold the false moons fall!
The deception ends.
Oh, brilliant!
It all adds up. Let's see what you're made of.
How dare you!
Victory unravels. No more lies.
Reverse.
Can't hide the truth.
Showing you praise! Time to shine!
The deception ends here. No more love.
How about some music?
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging. The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transit.
Where do we come from? And where are we going?
Even the most unassuming ingredients can produce astounding flavor. But unlocking that potential takes a keen sense of
I like to
smell,
drink on
a
occasion.
refined palate, and
every
an open
occasion.
mind.
Good one.
Strike a pose! How dare you!
Get to the infirmary.
May I present? Stop that!
Allow me to intervene.
Strike a pose! The lion echoing song!
Smile of terror.
Try to remember the steps this time.
I thought I had memorized.
Champion, time to shine! Stop that!
Silence! It is time to slay our foes with one claw facing
Open ceremony. Good lord,
Place. Where were we?
The lion echoing song! Tell brilliant! to shine!
Thundering Let's you're ruining the show! Our performance has yet to conclude.
That's for you, my dear! It is time to slay her!
The final act is upon us!
I'd like to go. Gazing. You can sit in my rocking chair and admire the view. Or we could go to the moon and
Weapons need regular maintenance. Take good care of them, and they'll take care of you when it matters most.
The whole world shares the bounty of the skies, the rain and clouds that grace the earth beneath. The moon was never meant to be a foreign realm.
I pray you will find peace in death!
Terra Smash!
Observe to dust.
Night sky.
Sure feels good to get away from my desk. Now, where's a good spot for a nap?
I pray you will find peace in death!
Accept ultimatum protocol.
Accelerating.
You are loyal to the wrong master.
Insulation chamber deployed. Preparing for dust up tornado.
The mystery unravels.
It all adds up. Defensive mode engaged. Cleanup sequence initiated.
initiated. Annihilation mode. Preparing for dust up.
This realm is... If you ever... I used to take long walks in Silver Moon Hall every day, so don't worry about me. I can keep up. Insulation chamber.
Time to go.
Incinerate!
The wind knows me.
Defensive mode engaged.
Into the wind.
Boom!
wind knows me. Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Insulation chamber. Defensive mode engaged.
Motion to compel!
Insulation chamber deployed.
Picked the wrong test subject.
Ad Astra Abyssos. Thank you for completing. Ad Astra.
Can I thank her next time?